Hello fellow football connoisseurs and welcome back to the Quick Take. When I say we have a lot of news to get into today, I think I would be understating the length of updates we have had regarding managers, regarding potential players. It's all coming in today, and it's looking worrying for fans of Maurizio Pochettino, especially with the Leeds game coming up against that in just a minute. But as always, I'm running a giveaway with OwnASaber.com. We're at 15,000 subscribers. I'm giving away 3 King of London lightsabers. All you need to do to enter is subscribe to the channel and then check the pinned comment down below. Starting off with the updates regarding Maurizio Pochettino and his future as Chelsea manager. Lot of people called for him to be sacked following Chelsea's dismal late loss against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup final. Chance for European football, whether it be Conference League or not, it is a chance at European football, and it does look like this has now had a big ramification on the future of Poch at Chelsea. Maurizio Pochettino is now facing a make or break run to the end of the season in order to keep his job. Minimum target was Europe. Of course, we did have a chance to get into Europe against Liverpool, and if you look at or if you were watching the after game ceremony when Poch came to shake the hands of Boehly and Egbali, didn't look too pleased with the Argentinian coach, and it does look like the pressure is now on Poch to win against Leeds coming into this tie in the FA Cup. Of course, a chance to get into Europe winning the FA Cup. Chelsea could pay compensation fee to take yet another member of staff from Brighton, but it's unlikely Unai Emery would give up control of Aston Villa to join Chelsea and put his neck on the line for Boehly and Egbali. I think they were trying to reference Robert De Zerbi there, but I think maybe I think Matt Law also wanted to bring in the fact that Unai Emery would be an unrealistic target for Chelsea to go after, even if they went to try and pay him out of his contract. We also have this slight opinion piece from Matt Law. Chelsea may not be too good to turn down anymore. Almost everyone in football thinks Chelsea are going to run into profit and sustainability rules, and a potential looming punishment, potentially a points deduction from the Abramovich era. Of course, Chelsea were caught up in some stuff, some behind closed doors shady deals regarding Roman Abramovich and player agents and club associates and such. But we do have another update regarding Maurizio Pochettino and his future at Chelsea, and it is looking like Leeds is make or break. Whispers are already floating out of Stamford Bridge. Pochettino cannot afford to lose to Leeds. This is coming in from Jacob Steinberg. When Stanley has got close to the powerful Egbali, some sources believe he's going nowhere, but others believe he could be vulnerable if Egbali's trust wavers. Someone is going to have to carry the can for the iffy signings. Now, of course, I have been incredibly vocal with my distrust and distaste towards Chelsea's current 2 sporting directors, because yes, of course, it's very normal to have 2 sporting directors. Paul Stanley and Lawrence Stewart, I think they've made a lot of mistakes, especially when it comes to the managerial choices. I still cannot believe, after 2-3 months of deliberation, interviewing managers, going through Enrique Nagelsmann, they settled on Maurizio Pochettino to be the guy to guide us back to the glory lands, or back to the glory days. I'm struggling to understand that idea. Of course, I did do a video after it was announced that he would be the Chelsea manager, going over his tactics, his philosophy, trying to get some good spirit going to the next season. But it does seem like his time at PSG is a bigger reflection of the manager we were receiving compared to his time at Spurs. But then we had the update of all updates, this coming in from Sammy Mockball81_DM. Breaking news: Chelsea have started looking at replacements for Pochettino in case they decide to part ways. This is how it always starts, people. The second you start looking at other options, it's not going right. And that is exactly what Chelsea are doing. They're looking at other options. And you can say, well, it's just, it's a backup plan. It's preparing for the future if the worst case scenario happens. But if they truly were dead set on Maurizio Pochettino, they wouldn't even consider it. So the fact that they're considering it tells me these owners and the sporting directors themselves have recognized the massive mistake it was in bringing Maurizio Pochettino into Chelsea, and he is not blameless. He is not blameless. A lot of the blame can also be put onto the players because they have underperformed in games and they haven't played to the level at which we thought that they would. and the level at which I think that they really can. But of course, it is the manager's job to get a tune out of the players, and that is what Poch has failed at doing so far. Shortly after that update, we had this bombshell coming in, again from the same source, Sammy Mokbel81. Chelsea have retained an interest in Ruben Amorim. Now, I have actually done an analytical breakdown on Ruben Amorim in the past, along with the Nagelsmann breakdown, the Enrique breakdown. I think I did one for Hansi Flick as well, around about the same time as well. Yeah, Ruben Amorim was one of them. Was one of the managers I looked at, and I was actually pleasantly surprised by his accomplishments. I think in his first full season with Sporting, he won them their first league title in, I think, like 20 years, 19 years, something crazy like that. He's won Manager of the Month awards. In terms of his style of play, I think it's very it's stable, but it's attacking, and it is three at the back. And I know a lot of Chelsea fans are hesitant towards the three at the back football, but I'm a big believer that at the moment, where modern football is going, some of the best managers in the world are implementing three at the back football. Look at what Xabi Alonso is doing with Bayer Leverkusen. Three at the back, controlled, attacking, lovely. Look at what Ruben Amorim is doing with Sporting. Three at the back, controlled, lovely. Inzaghi, Nagelsmann, when he was at Leipzig, fantastic side, three at the back football. And I think that this side is set up for three at the back football. And another thing about Ruben Amorim, he does, his sides do like to cross, and they like to introduce the wing backs and have them crossing the ball into the box, which I actually think if we are to get a striker like a Victor Osimhen, that would work wonders, especially Reece James, who has some of the best crossing metrics I've seen in a while when it comes to fullbacks. He is absolutely out of this world with his crossing technique. Pair that with Ruben Amorim's system and his control and the amount of chances that the wing-backs have in that system in terms of linking up play and getting involved. I think it's a recipe for success, especially if we do pair it with a competent striker. Of course, as I said, Victor Osimhen would be perfect. There are other options. I mean, look at Gyökeres under Ruben Amorim this season. 40 goals and assists already. What a player. What a season he's having under a fantastic coach. Came from Coventry and has lit Portugal on fire. They're only second in the Premier Division right now. I think they had a draw the other day, but still in the race for the league title. Ruben Amorim, great manager. I would certainly take him at Chelsea, but if, as I said, if Ruben Amorim is available, you've got to take it. You've got to take it. At this point in time, we can't be too picky. Ruben Amorim would be an upgrade. Some people have compared him to Mourinho. I don't think that's a fair comparison. I think they're two completely different entities in terms of charisma. Not even charisma, but in terms of what you're getting and the full package. I think Amorim's a little bit more of a more modern style manager than Mourinho is nowadays. But again, I'm a big fan of Ruben Amorim, and I certainly would not turn it down. This is coming in again from the same source. There are now significant doubts over whether Chelsea are prepared to continue their partnership with Pochettino heading towards the season's climax. Pressure is mounting on the coach. We also have this from Matt Law DT. The futures of Conor Gallagher and Marc Cucurella are in doubt, along with the futures of Trevor Chalobah and Armando Broja. Of course, those two were expected to be sold for profit. Chelsea are looking to make some signings in the summer. Another one maybe coming in from Fabrizio Romano, Benjamin Sesko. I've spoken about him on the channel a lot. I actually didn't think we'd get linked with him, but here we go from Fabrizio Romano of all sources. Benjamin Sesko will be one to watch this summer. Chelsea have scouted him for a long time. And then we had this from Fabrizio Romano 2 hours ago. Benjamin Sesko flying in the recent games at RB Leipzig with many top club scouts constantly in attendance. Sesko has scored 4 goals in his last 5 Bundesliga games. 7 goals in 9 games as a starter. He scores 1 goal every 120 minutes in the league this season. What a striker. Young, strong, fast, agile for his height. Great aerial presence. Fantastic in front of goal. He had a few misses against Real Madrid. A lot of shots on target and a goal that was disallowed by an offside. Not by him, but another player out of his control being offside. So really, without that player's interference, he would have had a goal against Real Madrid in the Champions League. What a player Benjamin Sesko is. And of course, I do like him quite a lot. I think he's a fantastic striker. But I'm going to finish off this video just by reiterating just how much pressure Mauricio Pochettino is in. Breaking, Pochettino now faces a crucial run of matches to determine his long-term future at Stamford Bridge, with the club desperate to play in Europe next year. It really does feel like it's Europe or broke for Maurizio Pochettino, and we will struggle to convince strikers, and we may even struggle to convince Ruben Amorim to join us over the likes of Liverpool or the likes of Manchester United or even Bayern Munich or some of these other big clubs that are looking for a manager, Barcelona. If we don't have European football, we can only hope he looks at what we're building here, the players we have, the players we're going to target, working alongside Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo pivot, that may interest him. He may want to try and get the best out of them. We are targeting Ousmane Diamonde, one of his centre-backs. He may want to work with him further. We have young players who he'd want to work with, of course, great players like Reece James, Cole Palmer. Maybe he might want to try his hand at getting the best out of Christopher Nkunku. There's lots of things that may sway him into coming to Chelsea at the end of the season, and it doesn't look like he is focused on the season at Sporting right now. He's level-headed, he's a winner, and I really do like Ruben Amorim. What are your thoughts on Ruben Amorim? Let me know in the comment section down below. Would you take him at Chelsea, yes or no? Should I do a revised tactics breakdown, analysing how he would impact this current group of players and the kind of players he would want to target come the summer transfer window? Let me know your thoughts on Maurizio Pochettino. How long do you think he has? Do you think he'll be gone after the Leeds game, or do you think he'll be gone at the end of the season? Let me know your thoughts on that. And of course, Benjamin SESKO really starting to show his class. Now he's starting to get a good run of games at RB Leipzig. As I said, 4 goals in the last 5 Bundesliga games, 7 goals in 9 games as a starter. Great striker. 50 million euro release clause. Will we buy him, or should we buy him in the summer? Yes or no? As always, if you like the video, like, comment, and subscribe. I've been the Critic, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you later.